Have you ever heard that terrible thump sound while driving happily on the highway? You pull over, open the trunk, and there it is. That funny looking skinny spare tire that looks like a bicycle wheel next to your car's huge, powerful wheels. But why? Why do billion-dollar car companies give us these thin tires nicknamed donuts instead of normal tire? Is this just to cut costs? Or is there engineering genius behind it? Let's solve this mystery together. The first and most obvious reason is space saving. Designing a car is actually like a complex game of Tetris. Engineers have to use every centimeter in modern cars to offer you a larger trunk and more rear seat legroom. A full-size spare tire takes up a huge amount of space in the well under the trunk, but thanks to these thin tires, technically cool space savers, you have much more room in the trunk for your suitcases when going on weekend getaway. So actually, that thin tire is the sacrifice made for your comfort. The second reason is directly related to your wallet and your back health. Weight. A normal tire and rim combination is quite heavy. It can reach 45 or even 55 pounds. The thin spare tire is about half of that. Don't say, what's the big deal about 20 pounds? Car manufacturers calculate every gram in the vehicle. A lighter vehicle puts less strain on the engine, and this comes back to you as fully saving in the long run. Also, when a tire blows out, it is much easier to lift this light wheel instead of trying to handle a heavy wheel with all that stress on the side of the road. But I think the most interesting reason is the third one. The fact that these tires look thin, flimsy, and a bit ugly is actually a completely conscious choice. We can call this get-home psychology. If you had a full-size, brand-new, identical spy tire in the trunk, what would you do? You would change it and maybe delay repairing that flat tire, saying I have a new one anyway. You might even drive with that spare tire for months. That's exactly what manufacturers don't want. These thin tires virtually scream at you, I am only temporary. These tires have a less traction, longer braking distances, and usually have max 50 miles per hour written on the damn in huge letters. They intentionally lower driving comfort so you don't attempt to go on a long trip with this tire, but instead go to the nearest tire shop and get your real tire repaired immediately. So, this tire is designed not to take you on vacation, but to get you safely to the mechanic. In short, that skinny wheel is there to save space in the trunk, keep your fuel money in your pocket, and most importantly, guide you safely to the service station. Let's end with a small reminder. Don't forget to check the air pressure of the spare tire in the trunk once a year, because when you need it, a flat spare tire is the worse than no tire at all. Thanks for watching, drive safe, goodbye.